Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to do some improvement on this weather application. So before we start, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Now just open your Android Studio and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new class. Just right click on lib, new, then Dart file. Then I will name it weather data. Then start with the class keyword. Then the class name is weather data. Then just start the curly brackets. This class is going to be responsible for holding the data that will be retrieved from the API. So here I'm going to define three new properties. The first one is going to be the city, string city, and the second one is going to be string description, and the third one is going to be final string temp. Then I'm going to create a constructor. The way you create a constructor is just retyping the class name, then parentheses, then curly brackets, then pass the properties, city, comma, this description, dot description, then this dot temp, semicolon here. And here I'm going to use something different. It's called factory constructor. Factory constructor. The benefit of using this factory constructor is that you don't really need to create an instance of this class weather data every time you want to get an object or an instance of it. This factory will create one instance. You can use it anywhere. So, and the name, there is no name for this function, so all we have to do just pass in this class name, then dot from JSON. Then here it has a map, string and dynamic. Then JSON. Yep. Then the body of this function, here we will return weather data. It will create a weather data from this JSON. So here, city will equal JSON dot name. We got this name from the API. Let me just show you first. Go to the API. What is the API? Yeah, here. Here, the city name is from here. You can just copy the path. Let me just copy it and show you what does it have. What's the path look like? The path, it just this string name. So you must match the right spelling. You must match the spelling here with the key you got from the. So this is the key from the API. Please make sure to have the same spelling, or just copy it from there just to be in the safe side. Then here, description, we'll do the same thing, description, and I'm going again to the API to give the key. Here's the description. I'm going to copy the path to it, then paste it, then paste it here. So it says weather, copy this one, then 0 the index, then description. Then the last thing is the temperature. We will do the same with the temperature. Oh, sorry. Now the temperature, what is it? It's, yeah, here. Just copy the path of it, and then paste it in the Android Studio. Let's see. It says main, then temp. And don't forget to add the commas here. Just remove this one, semicolon here. So that's everything about this class. So as I mentioned before, this class holds the data retrieved or fetched from the API. So the city will hold the city name, and the description will hold the description of the weather. Then finally the temperature will hold the temperature. Now I'm going to do some changes in this class. I'm going to remove this function because we don't need it. Because the API has the city name. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to open the API. Actually, I have it here. Look here, the API has the city name under this name. So this is the key of it, and this is the value. So that means we don't need to. To use this function by passing the latitude and the latitude, and then we will get the city name from the GPS. So we don't need this anymore. And also remove this line because no need for it. Even this here, actually this function returns nothing, but I'm going to remove it, and I will return the position instead. So here, return position. Also, these properties, we don't need them anymore. Even this line. So that's it. This function will return the latitude. It will return the latitude and longitude of the user location by using this function get current position. So this function has a type of future. That means we will wait till the process of getting the latitude and the longitude finished. Until that, the value of the latitude and longitude will be the value of this function will be stored here in the position. Then it will be returned. It will be returned, and we can use it to fetch the weather data. Now I'm going to create also a new class that will handle the HTTP request. So I'll call it HTTP handler. Just open the main and copy the first those two imports because we need them in the HTTP class. Paste them here. Then class HTTP handler. Here I'm going to define a new property of type const. So static const string API key. It will be equal the value of the key. Let me just cut the key from here. Actually, I'm going to remove it from here and paste it there in the HTTP class. Also here I'm going to import the get location class. Static. I need to create an object or an instance of the get location class. Okay. Let me just copy this one instead of retyping it. Get location. I'll make it private. So underscore before the variable name. That means this is going to be private, and it's going to be used only inside this class. Then get location. Let me see what. Then open the main and scroll down. Just cut this function because I'm going to move it to the HTTP handler. So if you, in case you are wondering why I'm doing this, just to keep the code easy to read and easy to maintain. And this is the best practice, just to separate your code into multiple classes to make it easier to read and easier to maintain. Also here we need to do some changes. We don't need this anymore. And this future will be actually we're going to return the response. So I'm going to change it to weather data, and we don't need these arguments anymore. So here I'm going to add the key, the new one, this one. And here inside this function I'm going to define a new variable of type var, private get let long, then await get. So we're calling this function from the get location, this one, to get the latitude and the longitude. We will wait till the process of this of getting the latitude and longitude is finished, then stored the value into this variable. Now we have access to the latitude and the longitude, and then we can add them here in the API. Just add $, curly brackets, then paste it here, then the lad So here I'm going to check if this has data, has values or no. If it not equal null, then so here we're going to check if it's not equal null, then we will assign the latitude here. So open curly brackets, then get let long dot latitude, and here we're going to check if this get lot and long, and here we're going to check this variable if it holds data or not. If it's not null, we're going to pass the latitude and the longitude here. So first, just curly brackets, then get log dot longitude, latitude, sorry. Then we'll do the same here. Get log dot longitude. So here we are passing the API here by using this get, and it will post a request to the web server, and then we will wait till the process of fetching the weather data is completed. Then the value will be stored here in this variable. Now we're going to check if this response status code equal 200. That means whenever this data is fetched, the server will return this 200. That means it's okay. The data was fetched successfully. Now here I'm going to return. Here I'm going to use the factory constructor we have defined here in this function, because we need an instance of this class. So here I'm going to return it from JSON.decode. Then response.body. Else, if the data was not fetched, if the data was not fetched for some reason, I'm going to throw an exception. Exceptions failed to fetch weather data. Finally, just remove this line and this extra close in parentheses. That's it. See you in the next video.